Hi everybody. I thought since I showed the snow videos a few weeks ago, you might like to see the spring melt happening. It's begun, and there's nothing more soothing than the sound of running water. Welcome to my Bits and Bobs Progress video number 36. And I'm checking for mail, and this is some ditch beside my laneway. And when I get back, I am going to work on my video for this week. For those that don't know, I live in a forest. In Nova Scotia, in Canada. Okay, be right back. I've made a few mini blocks to add as more filler pieces for my quilt. I thought I'd share them with you. Digging through my scraps and fabrics made these ideas come to mind. First of all, I like matchy-matchy, but another thing I really like is when there's two prints the same but different colors, and I like using them together. So I had these, and what I ended up doing with them, I was always planning on making a little miniature 4-patch, so that's what I did with those fabrics, and my plan is to put it on point in the quilt somewhere. One of these days, probably when I'm not running the wood stove as much, if at all, I'm gonna hang my quilt up on the wall and then really get a good play with the filler pieces. And that the reason I haven't been doing that with the wood stove is because smoke comes out, and I just don't want it to damage the quilt. So I wrap the quilt in and it stays away from the wood stove. If I hang it on the design wall, it gets full exposure to the wood stove, so I have to wait. But I'm looking forward to that because I have lots of filler pieces to place and add in that. And then the second one, these two are the same like that. They're the same print but different colors, and I thought that'd be fun to play with. And then this pink is exactly the pink in the lighter pink here. And this plaid, I ended up deciding was really a good match for the 4 of them. And I needed 4 fabrics in 2. I wanted 2 of each color, light and dark of each color. One of the blocks I made really early on for my site, probably 2006 or something like that, was a 4-patch heart block. I loved that block. And it was big, like 6 inches by 6 inches, like full size. Well, not 12 inches, but 6 inches. And what I did is I took that design and that template and shrunk it so that I could make myself a miniature version of it. Isn't that cute? Yeah. This was a fussy make. I had 3 attempts to put this little block together, but I'm really happy I did because it's one of my favorite designs and I really wanted to include it in this quilt. So that's ready. I have to, like all my blocks, I put batting behind and then base the seam allowances over, and then I applique these onto the quilt. That's what I have to still do for this. I have to put the batting behind and fold over the seam allowances, but I thought I'd share it before I did that. Isn't it? Yes, it's adorable. All right. I'll be back in a second with more. Oops, I forgot to say. In the schoolhouse section of my website, I share lots of pictures and descriptions and how-tos and links to templates for members of my Victoriana quilt design site, and that's what I'm going to be doing for this, so look for that. As I processed through it, I took lots of pictures. I'll give you the link to the template because that, as the 4-patch heart has always been free to my members, so I'll give you the direct link to that. And yeah, I meant to say that in the last bit. All right, back soon. Okay, final piece for this week's video. I did get this little folded frame of the treble clef and the music notes finished on top of my mini blocks. So that'll be it for this week. That's all good. I'm pleased with the progress. I didn't get to the covered buttons, but I will. I will include those coming up. There's no hurry, but I will share at least how to do it on camera. I do tend to mention why I pick specific things for this quilt, because it's a very Benita Skinner quilt. And the reason I picked the music is because, as in most people's lives, music has been an important part of my life, several different ways. I started taking piano lessons as a little girl, and then in grade school, my school got a orchestra, and I started learning violin. I did the violin for 4 years. Unfortunately, my high school did not have an orchestra. They had a band, and at 13, I just didn't feel like switching over to a brass instrument, so I stopped. But then later, when I grew up, another way music played a huge part of my life, but was when I lived in a city and cities. I used to very much enjoy going to see live music. I kind of miss that still. I don't do any of that anymore here because I don't drive. I don't live near any place that holds concerts. So I live without it at the moment, but that's okay. I have a quiet forest to soothe my soul. Anyway, so that's why I picked the music symbol. All of the folded frames that I've put in this quilt are all featuring fabrics that are special to me, or favorite fabrics, like this one here with the rose. And there's one close here. Yeah, this, I always love this print here. So that's what the folded frames are all about. Anyway, so yes, music, that is why. That's it for this week. I hope you got inspiration. Make a mini patch or two. I'd love to see them if you do. They're fun to work on. This was fussy, but I'm in the end very happy with how it turned out. All right. I will see you next week, maybe. Like and comment and all that good stuff that YouTube asks for. I totally appreciate you helping me spread the word about my videos. Thanks a lot, and happy stitching.